Okay, everyone, so this is the follow-up video. I don't know what happened to my original audio, but I'm going to speed this up and do the voiceover. So this was the original card I made during Stamp Wars, showing the sensational sunflowers and the grateful polyglaze. We also have the dies. And our special guest was Sammy, who is the executive assistant to Gina K Designs. And we have a special discount code, Stamp Wars 15, which is good until November 4th. And that is good on everything except clearance items and gift cards. So here I have a piece of marigold cardstock, black cardstock, and layering white. Here I have already foiled with the hammering gold, beautiful brand new gold foil. You can see there, it looks like it's 3D. It looks like it's got this texture to it. It does not. I'm showing you here that off camera I have die cut that polyglaze with the inside die, and there I've used the shadow die. You can use both. It's very hard to kind of line up that inside die, but you can. On this card, I'm going to use that sensational sunflower stamp. And I'm going to stamp it out. And at first I start inking it up with black ink, and then I change my mind, and you're going to see that I'm going to switch it over to chocolate truffle ink. Sammy said she loves to use the black ink. And at first I thought about that, and then I say, oh, wait, if I'm going to be doing a sunflower, maybe I should switch over to brown ink. So there I go, switching it to chocolate truffle ink. We learned a lot about Sammy. Make sure you check out her YouTube and her Instagram page. I have linked those down below. And here you can see I just kind of go around and ink and stamp around the outer edges. Border this cardstock, this paper. With that chocolate truffle ink. And I apologize for everybody who has already watched this video in the silent format. I promise you, I was not aware that it went up muted. So now I'm going to take, and I did not want to waste my cardstock, so I'm taking my Intracut and die cutting the Grateful shadow die with the black, and then the Grateful intricate die with the marigold. I love Gina K's cardstock. It's a nice heavyweight cardstock. So ultimately I decide I'm not really going to use both of these this time, but I don't want to waste the cardstock, so we will save these, but nobody's going to know that those are die cut out of there, just me. And you guys know. Then I have my zig markers that I'm going to be using to color. That white panel is cut to 5 by 3 3/4. The black is just slightly larger than that to border it. And then the yellow ultimately ends up being 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm just showing you there that even though both of those blacks are the shadow dies, you can just slightly offset that shadow, the black shadow die, if you wanted to use it. So here I'm cutting that down to 5 by 3 3/4. And then that black is just slightly, it's like an 1/8 large, just a little bit larger, using some inspiration from Gina K to do that black border. And then the yellow, the marigold is 5 1/4 by 4. And then our card front size is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, which is A2 size. And then I'm trying to decide which one do I want to go with. But I say, well, we can come back and decide on that a little later. So then I'm just going to get into coloring. This is Oatmeal Zig Marker. A couple different ways of coloring. Normally I go right to my glass mat and color, but because this is not watercolor paper, it's a little bit thinner paper. It's normally really good for stamping on. I didn't want to oversaturate my paper, so that's why I went direct to paper with these markers. I didn't want the paper to pill up, and that's why I went with a little bit lighter color as well for the brown. And then I go in with brown and just give spots of brown on the outside of my center of the flowers. Then I'm grabbing yellow and bright yellow for my flowers. And then I go in with Gina K's sky blue and a watercolor brush to do the background. So here's just regular brown, and I just kind of give spots of brown on the outside there. And this is just regular yellow, and I just go in and very messily just kind of do the petals just to lay down some color. And then I go in, this is called bright yellow, and the other one was orange, and I didn't want to do orange. And the bright yellow, I just go in and do the inside of the petals. And then I go back in with the yellow and use the yellow to kind of move some of that color and blend the color out. And I kind of take my time a little bit more to blend that color out and take my time to do a little bit better job at coloring those petals. Blending, I should say. You could also use a blending marker, but I'm using the Zig markers to blend themselves. The other thing you could do is blend them on the glass mat. So yellow and bright yellow are the two names of these. You also use, one of the things I brought up, which again, I don't know why I lost my audio, is using the Gina K inks themselves and using a blending brush by just, and I kind of demonstrate that at the end by using the Gina K inks on the glass mat and doing some ink smushing and a blending brush or a watercolor brush. Again, just being careful not to squeeze the watercolor brush. By ink smushing it on the glass mat and using either a blending brush or a watercolor brush, and then bringing it to your paper. Again, because I'm not using watercolor paper, I didn't want to incorporate too much water onto my paper because I didn't want to pill the paper. But you'll see when I do the background, that's kind of the method I do on the background. I don't squeeze my watercolor brush, so it doesn't cause any pilling of the paper, but I do get a blue background that way. And I kind of do like almost a crosshatch in the background. And I'm pretty happy with the results of the background that way. So you'll see that here in just a second. I'm almost done doing my flowers. So they come out pretty nice. So this is sky blue ink from Gina K, and I'm going to use this to fill in the background, and I'm bringing in a watercolor brush. But as I put my ink down, you'll notice I don't really squeeze the brush. I'm just using the brush as a transfer, but I don't squeeze the brush, just using the brush tip. I really am not squeezing the brush, just using it to get the ink down. And I'm trying to kind of go crosshatch with it back and forth to fill that ink in. And I'll go back to the middle kind of last because I know my sentiment's going to go in the middle. And I'll put more ink down here in a second. But if you have a blending brush, you can also use a blending brush for this as well, as a clear blending brush. Then I have my card base. I will layer everything together, glue it all together. Decide which sentiment I want to go with, and that'll be my final card. Please make sure you follow Tracy's channel. She is also going to have a giveaway on her channel. Again, follow our special guest, Sammy. We learned so much about Sammy on her YouTube and her Instagram. She's also going to have a follow-up video so you can get some more inspiration. Take advantage of the discount code. It's 15% off if you are interested in any Gina K products. Again, just excluding clearance or gift cards. If you are interested in foiling, join us over at the Foiling Snobs Club. It's a great opportunity to get the fuse machine. I'm deciding here which way I want to go. I'm like, oh, do I want to use that? Do I want to do the foil? Do I want to layer the foiling? You can get 15% off the fuse machine. I talked a lot about that in the Stamp Wars itself. I'm taking my Gina K tweezers, my Gina K fine line glue here, and putting the glue on, and putting that on the shadow die. But 15% off only until November 4th. Using the code StampWars15, you can use my links down below. Make sure you put in the yes to cookies so that Gina K's team know that I sent you over there. And it's Stamp Wars 15% off only until November 4th on everything except clearance and gift cards. Look how beautiful that layered. Oh, I love it. So beautiful. The hammered foils are sold out, I should say, at Gina K and at ThermoWeb, but we found them over at Scrapbook, and I think the code SPOOKY gets you 10% off at Scrapbook. I have those links all down below for you guys, so take advantage. I will have a video coming up showing you some more with those hammered foils and the overlay foils. But if you want to learn more about foiling, make sure you are subscribed to me. Thank you guys for watching. There is my finished card for follow-up. If you want to win this set, make sure you comment down below what you learned from Stamp Wars. Make sure you follow me, subscribe, share this video, take advantage of the coupon code if you want to win this set of stamps, dies, and polyglaze. Let me know what you learned from Stamp Wars. Take advantage of the discount coupon. And I will catch you on the next video. Thank you guys for watching and bearing with me through the muted video. I hope you enjoyed this voiceover. And I will catch you on the next video. And I will catch you next month for next month's Stamp Wars. And toodaloo. Catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.